Hey everyone, welcome back to ServiceNow Interview Mastery Series. So based on your introduction, they may ask you, can you tell me what are the best practices you have followed? Okay, so many best practices we have, but we will try to understand few important best practices. ServiceNow, everybody knows, so ServiceNow is a tool, right? And here, whenever you want to implement something on top of the tool, so definitely you will have to consider implementing those custom functionality by using scoped application or private application. What does it mean? Let's say as a company, they purchased a ServiceNow platform ITSM component and they want to use the ITSM capabilities like incident, problem, change, service catalog, and so on. So they enable the capability and they are using it. But they have a requirement. Before ServiceNow, they have a tool and there they are reporting all the incidents. But now they want to integrate that particular tool with the ServiceNow because from there they want to get the tickets to ServiceNow platform because still few customers are using the old tool. In such cases, you can't go, I mean, we should not go and modify or you should not go and create that integration in out of box application scope like a global. You should not do that because it will create a lot of problems later when you upgrade your code to higher instances. Also, when you upgrade your instances to new versions. And I'm sure everybody knows here, ServiceNow releases every year two versions. So it's a platform. So the entire platform has to upgrade to new version. If you have modified something in out of box, the new platform may not be supporting your files. So in such cases, it will throw the errors. Then you can't upgrade your platform. They will have to rework, fix those issues. Then you will have to upgrade. As a company, no one wants to take this much risk because it costs a lot because you will have to rework on the things. So that's the reason. So ServiceNow suggests create a custom apps and implement the things whatever you want so that it will be easy to maintain and easy to address. Okay, in such cases, so for example, if you want to implement integration on top of incident application, you create a custom application saying that incident integration application name, and you can implement all the API, I mean integration like onboarding a REST or SOAP API, create the business rules or flow designers to consume that based on where you want to use it and complete the development. So that it's a plug and play separate application. So whenever you have a issues in the integration, let's say data is not syncing or integration is failed, so we can focus on this custom application instead of modifying and checking the out of box applications. So that is the one best practice. And another one is use business rules judiciously, which means when you are implementing something, let's say auto assignments, manipulating the record user submitted, or validating, all such kind of things. So you can avoid uh, creating unnecessary server-side business rules. Instead of that, you can create the flow designers, client scripts, UI actions for better performance. So try to use Flow Designer instead of creating a business rules. Try that out next time when you are implementing something in the business rules. Try to do it through the Flow Designer. Flow Designer is a out-of-box functionality, so where you no need to write a code. It's a low-code engine, so where you can follow the natural language and you can configure it. The another thing is implement security. for your requirements. For that, you can create a ACLs. Let's say, for example, you have a requirement of you have requirement of restricting data visibility for only assigned to person and their manager. So if you want to restrict this particular scenario, you will have to develop the ACLs instead of writing a other client-side scripts to hide or control this. You can configure the ACLs and control it. And also, whenever you implement any functionality in ServiceNow, we are storing in update sets, right? So follow the naming convention when you are creating update set, which means whenever you want to develop something, first create update set with the naming convention by giving your name, story number, and task description, and record your work. So the update set we can move to higher instances in two ways. One is you can use the manual process like export the update set to XML and go to the instance where you want to import by navigating to uh, the local update sets and click on navigate to local update sets and you can restore this. And other way, popular way is integrating with the GitHub. In real time, 99.99%. So it will be integrated with the GitHub. So first we will record the changes into update set. Then if you want to migrate, you will have to commit the update set to the GitHub. So from GitHub, we can pull the changes in the test and other higher instances and we can apply it. Okay. Last one is minimize hard coding. Okay, so whenever you want to hard code something, so don't do it in the code. For example, you want to uh, let's say you want to hard code some group name. So instead of hard coding the group sysID in your logic, try to create a property. So we have a property table in ServiceNow. So create a property, add this group as sysID, and in code you can use gs.getProperty and you can access the properties. Okay. So like this, we have to follow the best practices. And also when you are writing JavaScript code or when you are implementing both client-side scripts or server-side scripts, you will have to follow JavaScript best practices as well, like commenting code and using judicially about for loop or if conditions, and as well as explaining the code. Okay, so whenever you write a code, you will have to comment that code, like what exactly the for loop does and why you are using if condition. So this and all best practices, it will help in the maintenance. If someone after 2 years, someone you have written logic and you have not written any comments for that. So if someone comes after 2 years, definitely they will find hard to understand. Okay, but if you have followed the best practice and if you have explained or described the code, so definitely it is useful for them. Okay, so this is all about the best practices we will have to follow, and we will come up with one more video with a few more best practices. If you want, please comment more interview questions. Thanks for watching.